Hey everyone, Selena here, founder, host, lead educator with the American Crochet Association. I just reformatted a pattern that I wrote a couple summers back. I just reformatted it just a little bit so it's still the same great pattern, have not changed the pattern, and I've also added some additional resources so that you guys can learn and grow as you're making this bag. So if you are watching, come on over, say hey, say hello, tell me where you're viewing from, whether it's live or on the replay. I'll still get those notifications. If you're here live, I'll give you a shout out. We can make it a fun conversation. If it's the replay, I'll get right back to you as soon as I see it, I promise. Okay, so the link to this bag pattern, the Hexagon Market Bag, it is the only link in this video description. So if you just want to jump right to it, you guys can do that. This is not a step-by-step video tutorial. So if you're looking for that, this ain't it. This is really just me walking you through this particular pattern just to answer questions, help to make this pattern more approachable, and to make sure that if you guys have any questions, you guys know where to find me. All right. Okay. So something new that I've been doing for quite some time with the patterns that I share for free at the American Crochet Association is I'm putting a table of contents here. So I'm just putting so much effort into this. And these are all the different sections that you can find in this particular pattern. So if you don't want to just bookmark this page, if you just want just the instructions in a PDF version that you can save, print, download, just kind of do at your leisure, then this pattern is available on Ravelry and Etsy, and I do have those links for you. Side note, while I have you guys here, do you guys have a preference in terms of where you get your patterns? Do you like Etsy over Ravelry? Do you have a preference? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So if you like this pattern, you like the way I write bag patterns, and you want to see more of my designs, I have a few other ones that you guys can view for free at the American Crochet Association. I've linked them right here. Now, the thing that I've really been focusing in on are all the different sections of the pattern, and that way you guys have everything that you need in the pattern as you're reading and following along, right? So that's the part that I really, and every pattern that I reformat, I kind of have one new thing that I tweak. So every new pattern that I format on the site, I feel like it's just a little different, a little better than the last, right? Because I keep kind of finding my groove here. Because really, I just want these to be really user-friendly. So that's what this is all about. So yeah, more crochet market bag patterns. You can find them right there. I think this is actually, back to, do you like Etsy or Ravelry? One of my favorite things about Ravelry is that you can post your finished projects as a user, and those link directly to the pattern that you followed. So here we can see that there are 99 projects for this particular bag so far that have been posted. And so I love this as a resource, and I love just kind of taking a moment to click on over and view those, just because you can see this bag pattern worked up in 99 different color variations. People either, followed the color template that I use, to where, there are a few colors represented in this granny hexagon kind of motif thing. But you could also so you can really get a feel for like completely different color combinations. Like, oh my gosh, this, I made it too big. Like this navy and coral right over here, or the browns and coral, the cream and the tan and the core. I mean, just color combinations I would have never thought of. So they're all just so beautiful. You don't have to change color like I did, or like some of these people did. You can use a yarn that has splashes of color. You can use a multicolored yarn to where a few stitches are represented. So, I mean, really, I don't think you can make a wrong color choice here. So again, there are 99 different color variations here. Definitely click on over and check that out. I talk about the yarn that I used. I also found, and I'm so happy that I found this, the yarn that I used for this, Lion Brand Yarn Touch of Linen. I loved that yarn. It was so sturdy. It had fantastic colors. It's from Lion Brand. I love that line. But it's a linen blend. So 41% cotton, 49% linen. So two plant fibers there, just kind of doing their plant fiber thing, right? I love plant fibers whenever it comes to making bags, just because I love the way they look. I love the way they feel. They are just so durable. And the exact colors that I used, if you want to make the exact same bag that I made, those are still available. So I've linked all those resources if you just want that. If you want to substitute the yarn and you want to see what Yarn Sub has to say about it, I've already linked the direct page for the touch of linen, so definitely check that out. And if you just want more details and information, if you just want to learn and grow your craft, definitely check out my thoughts and resources on understanding yarn substitution, because there's some good stuff there that will help you substitute yarn, not only for this particular project, but for any crochet project. So a lot of great information there. If you just want my suggestions on different yarns that you can use to make up this bag, here are my suggestions. So Peaches and Cream Stripey, Bernat Handicrafter, Lily Sugar and Cream. So those are all the same weight. Those are all cotton yarns, and I think they make fantastic bags. All of these are links for you guys to just find and purchase those if you want. And if you want to see what yarns people have been using, my internet's slow now. I can't do more than 3 things at a time. If you want to see what yarns people have used to make this, then we just click on over to Ravelry again. And it's right there in the pattern details. So it's like details, that's the listing, yarn ideas, projects, comments, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yarn ideas is what I'm looking at now. What I love about this is that it lists the yarns that were used in the projects for this. And it lists them in terms of how many times each one of them was used. So for example, Karen Cotton Cakes was used the most. It was used in 8 different projects. Lily Sugar and Cream 8, Bernat Handicrafter 6, Lime Brand 24/7 Cotton 4, Dishy was used 3. So these are just yarns that people already used. And if you want to see how any of these worked up, all you have to do is click and it will take you to the project so you can see exactly how it worked up. So really, really fun and inspirational way to you know, figure out what you're going to do for your next project. Okay, materials. What hook I used, yarn needle, stitch key. If you want to see any of these stitches in action, especially if you're a beginner and you're still kind of learning, if it's highlighted or if it's underlined like this, then there is a video tutorial for it. Specialty stitches and technique. This does use the adjustable loop. I've got a video tutorial if you need to see that in action. This particular pattern also suggests that you change colors every particular few rounds. So if you do want to do that and you just want to see a color change method in action, then we got a video tutorial for that. This also uses the join as you go technique, okay? So maybe, you know, doesn't matter, are you brand new to crochet, if you've been crocheting for a while, if you've made different motifs before and maybe you only know one way to join them, or you're looking for other ways, or maybe you've never made motifs and joined them because you're like, I don't know, it just seems complicated, I'm not sure. This is one of my favorite ways to join motifs. It is so fantastic. And if you want to give it a try, I do have a video tutorial that shows you guys 9 different joining techniques. You don't have to use all 9. You know, really you can just kind of see how they're worked. They're all pretty simplistic once you see them in action. And while the video tutorial does show you these methods with granny squares, the granny hexy, like it's not granny square, but it definitely resembles that granny square. It's like a cousin of that granny stitch. It looks like it, but it's a hexagon. So it's the same, but different. So, you know, you can just kind of use your imagination a little bit if you want to take this technique and apply it to this particular project. Or you can follow the written instructions and it tells you what to do and when to do it. And again, if you just want to see the technique in action, there you go. I'm telling you guys, this is mind-blowing information right here. If you have never joined motifs, if you're afraid to join motifs, or if you only know one way to join motifs, definitely check this out, because this is fantastic information right here. It will absolutely elevate the kind of stuff that you make and your confidence in that. Gauge, finish measurement, pattern notes. Here is a joining diagram if you need it. I don't do this for my written patterns or for my PDFs. So if you do get a PDF, it's not going to look like this. I love the 2-column format. It's less words as you're following. I used to use the 1-line format, and I didn't enjoy that experience. So I moved to this. Goose agrees. He does not like the 1-line format. So I've definitely changed to the 2-column format for my PDF. So it's far more printer friendly. It's easier to follow, I think. So really, I just do it this way whenever I post the patterns on the website, just because I think this is the best possible view, and it doesn't matter what device you're viewing it from. So it doesn't matter if you're on your desktop like I am, or if you're viewing from a smartphone or, you know, a smart reader or something like that. I think that this particular format is pretty good, right? It's pretty good. If you could let me know if you're watching this video, click on the link in the video description to this pattern. Let me know what device you're using to view the pattern. Like, are you on your smartphone? Are you on a smart reader? Are you on a desktop? Let me know, and then tell me what you think that experience is, especially when you're looking at the instructions here, because I'd love to hear your feedback. Because at the end of the day, like, if I'm putting out this information, you guys are like, I don't like it. Like, I need to know, right? For example, one of the changes that I made is that, and again, this is not in the PDF version, it's just in the web version. I've put these bullet points for every single row around, and that way per section, I just think that it's a better check mark. It's a better checkbox to kind of follow along. It's like a good breaking point. Anyway, that's what I think. That's what other people have said so far, but I'm always open to feedback. So definitely take a peek and let me know. I'd love your feedback. Okay, so instructions for both the motifs and the straps, and it's pretty straightforward. So definitely click on over and check it out. Last thing I wanted to say about this Hexagon Market Bag is that this is the second most popular pattern in terms of like views and saves and things like that at the American Crochet Association. And so I'm just so happy that you guys like this too. This is a bag that I made when I was on vacation at the coast, like 3 or 4 years ago. When did I make this? I don't know. I could look it up. I'll look it up later. Let's look it up. Now I'm obsessing. 2022. So 2 years ago. Man, my perception of time is off. So it's, you know, almost 2 years old. So I'm really like, when I made this particular pattern, I think it was at the start of my obsession with granny squares. I've been obsessed with granny squares and the granny stitch for some time. Off and on, like I'll do quite a few patterns and I'll stop for a while. I'll do quite a few patterns and I'll stop. But I also love doing variations of the granny stitch. And so when I was playing around with this particular tote, it started out as something else. I don't even know if I was going to make a tote. I was just kind of like playing around with different motifs. And then when I made this particular motif, and I loved the yarn I was using, and I just kind of kept going, and I was like, oh my gosh, it could be a bag. I love this bag so much. It's so clean. It's so easy. And every time I wear it, and it's so fun to make. Like, I literally could not stop making this bag. I think at least 4 of those posted projects are mine. Those are just the ones that I posted because I couldn't stop making them in different yarns and different colors and things like that. And every time I wear this bag out, like, just the amount that it holds and the sturdiness and the flexibility of the fabric, like, it's just such a fantastic bag. And this doesn't always happen with all my bags. Like, I love all my bags that I've posted, but this particular bag, every time I wear it out, people will say something to me. I went to a crochet convention, probably the summer I made it, because I'm like, a couple of years ago, the summer I made it, I went to a crochet convention. And I had so many people stop me and want to buy the pattern on the spot and look it up on Ravelry and things like that, and would take pictures. I had so many people doing that. So it was so nice. It's so nice to create something that other people enjoy too. So anyway, this is the second most popular pattern on Ravelry. Click on over, or not on Ravelry, on the website, probably on Ravelry too. It's pretty popular. People really like this bag. So definitely click on over, take a peek. Let me know if you have any feedback. I'd love to hear what device you're looking at the pattern from the website, and tell me if you have any feedback. And if you've ever made one of these, if you ever made a Hexagon Market Bag, I would love to see. So if you have not posted your project to Ravelry yet, definitely do that. And then link us over in the community, because I would absolutely love to see and just kind of share and celebrate. If you've made this and you have not posted a Ravelry project yet, dude, definitely do that. It's such a great way to build up your own crochet resume. And it also just adds to that inspiration kind of pool for everyone else. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to say about the Hexagon Market Bag. She's an oldie but a goodie. I've definitely cleaned up the information that this page has to offer. So hopefully you guys just find it valuable. And again, my door is always open to questions, comments, feedback, and finished projects. So keep me posted. All right, everybody. Peace, love, crochet. See you next time. Bye-bye.